Ever tried shooting a sprawling landscape and then suddenly spotted a bird perched on a distant branch, only to realize you are completely stuck with the wrong glass on your camera body? Carrying around 3 or 4 heavy lenses just ruins the joy of walking around all day. That is precisely where all-in-one travel zooms come into play, and Tamron has a rather clever solution here built around an APS-C sensor setup. Now, what stands out right away about this specific model is just how remarkably compact it manages to feel in the hands. Engineers managed to shrink the overall footprint down considerably compared to older generations, squeezing a massive 15 times zoom range into a barrel that uses a modest 62mm filter thread. It feels surprisingly balanced on a Nikon DX body, not overly front-heavy, which makes a massive difference when shooting handheld for hours. Inside the casing, there is a piezo drive ultrasonic motor at work. Instead of the usual noisy gear-driven clatter, this thing relies on a standing wave principle using high-frequency voltage to extend and turn the piezoelectric elements. Practically speaking, autofocus locks onto subjects quite swiftly and keeps things relatively quiet, though full-time manual focus override is left out of the equation here. What is really impressive, though, is the built-in vibration compensation system. It genuinely works wonders for keeping frames sharp when shooting at the extreme 270mm end of the focal length, compensating for those tiny hand tremors that usually ruin long-range shots. But honestly, no piece of gear is without its quirks. Because of the massive zoom versatility packed into such a small frame, the maximum aperture starts at a reasonable 3.5 at the wide end, but quickly dips down to 6.3 as you zoom in, meaning dim lighting conditions will force you to rely on higher ISO settings or a steady hand. Macro focusing down to about 19 inches gives you some fun close-up capability, but it is not a true one-to-one macro lens by any stretch. So yeah, if the goal is to travel light without constantly swapping glass on the sidelines, this versatile little zoom handles 90% of everyday shooting scenarios with absolute ease, making it a pretty solid addition to any casual shooter's bag.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.